Hi, I'm Michael Olson, and today I'm going to show you how to make a schnitzel so that we can celebrate Oktoberfest. I have a 2-pound boneless pork roast, and this is from the loin or the back muscle, the same muscle that we get pork chops from, pea-meal bacon, and all kinds of great roasts. You will see these as minute steaks, and you could certainly buy leg pieces, or a tenderloin is excellent. But along the back, there's a row of fat, and underneath it, a little bit of a tough tissue called elastin or silver skin. I'm going to remove it just with a sharp knife. I'll take a little bit at a time, put my knife into the elastin, pull it out, and then drag it out without removing any of the meat. This will ensure that I've got a beautiful tender cutlet, and I'll remove some of the extra fat while I'm at it. Now that I've removed the fat and silver skin, I'm going to portion this into 6 equal pieces. So if I take the whole thing and cut it into half, each of these will be cut into 3. I'm just going to make little marks first to make sure that I'm on track. And we're good to go. So I'll go into half, and then each of these into 3 equal. Of course, you can choose any size you want, but this is going to be around, 5 ounces, 150 grams. It's a great portion size for a schnitzel. Now we've got 6 equal portions, boneless, skinless, ready to cook. And I've got a little dish here with my cutlet mallet or meat tenderizer and a resealable bag. And I'll show you the little trick on how to get this done properly. Move these out of the way. Now, I open up the bag. You can certainly use plastic wrap or parchment, but this is a bit of a heavier gauge plastic, so it doesn't tear when I'm flattening the cutlet. Open up the 2 sides, and then we'll place the piece of meat inside of there and pound it to an even thickness of about a 1/4 inch or just over 1/2 centimeter. And here we go, no tears, no holes. And I'll do this with all 6 of the portions. Okay, I've got myself organized here. I've got all the cutlets ready to be breaded. I have salt and pepper. For my breading station, I have flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs. This is just 4 eggs whisked up a little bit. I haven't added anything to that. And then I have just about a centimeter deep of oil. So I want to cook these golden brown, and the idea is to get them crispy on the outside. But if I want them to be done at the same time, I can do a bit of a cheat and have a rack on a baking tray. And what this will do is it'll allow me to brown the cutlets in the oil, then put them on there. Any extra fat will drip off, and then I can heat them in the oven. If I want to add a topping like cheese or something, I can do that, and they'll all be ready at the same time. Okay, let's get breading. In the meantime, I'm heating up my oil over medium plus heat, and what I'll look for with the thermometer is to get it around 325 Fahrenheit. So this is hot stuff. Please be careful and do not leave that pan unattended. Okay, each of the cutlets will get salt and pepper. Some people will put the salt and pepper into the flour. I like to do it individually. That way I know that I'm getting just the right amount on each one. And this is a 3-stage process. It's dry, wet, dry, and then into the pan. The flour makes the eggs stick to it, but it also starts this protective coating. And what we're looking for is we don't want any bare spots in there. So make sure that you get every bit of that cutlet or schnitzel covered, and then knock off any excess. From here it goes into the egg I use tongs for this, otherwise I end up coating my fingers in breadcrumbs. And again, drain off any excess. Make sure it's completely covered on both sides. And then we're just going to run it through the breadcrumbs. I don't want to press those breadcrumbs in. I just want that nice light coating. Okay, now for the exciting part, we're going to cook this. I have checked the oil, and we are indeed at 325. If you have a tabletop deep fryer, you can certainly use that. What we're looking for is to get a golden, crispy crust on there. So you can see that all of the surface is completely coated, and I'll get rid of the extra and then put it into the pan away from myself. It'll start sizzling right away. I don't want to drop it in and splatter oil everywhere. Once it gets cooking, I'm looking at about a minute cook time to get it browned on either side. So this is where I can go back and start the next one. Repeat the process until you've got all 6 of these browned and on the tray and ready to finish off. Now, I've got the cutlet, or the schnitzel, has been browned on both sides. I'm looking for golden brown and almost blister in that breading to get rid of any of the extra oil onto the tray so that it drains, and then we can reheat it. And the next one goes in. I'm going to get myself set up so that every time one goes in, I start on the following, and the timing works out just right. And we'll go right to the pan. Okay, we've got all the schnitzels browned, and from this point they just have to be reheated in the oven 5 or so minutes to finish off, so I can get my accompaniments and the toppings ready in the meantime. Doesn't that look great? Well, I can't wait to dig into this. I've got some golden brown plain ones. This will just have lemon for Anna, and then I'm choosing the Black Forest ham and Swiss cheese melted on top. I have a crisp, cold beer to go with that to celebrate Oktoberfest, and I wish you the same.